Hi guys, Bobby Gass here. I'm going to do a contest video. I don't do contest videos anymore, but for Edwin, I kind of owe him, so I'm going to do a contest video for him. I've refused in the last year, or better than a year, to do quite a few contest videos. But Edwin, I owe, guys, so I got to do one for him. Uh, I met him, I guess it was a couple of years ago now, maybe 2.5 years ago. All of a sudden, I got a comment from Edwin that he was coming to Toronto, and he was on a business trip, and they were having a record show here in Toronto, and he wanted to meet up with me, and we could go digging together. And I said, sure. Look at my hair. So what I did is I called up Robert Harrison, and I told him about it, and I says, I'll be meeting Edwin there, and if you want, we can hook up and go in there and I don't know, maybe buy a record or two. It was cheap. I forget what it cost. $5, $6, wasn't expensive. So I go and I meet Rob in front of the place. There was a fair sized lineup, and I didn't want to go in early, and it was a fair sized lineup, and I waited for Robbo, and when he finally showed up, we went in, and lo and behold, first guy I run into was Rob, uh, Vinyl 79. He's not on here anymore, right? As soon as I get in there, I'm standing there with Robbo, and I yell out at the top of my lungs, Edwin! You know, I'm not shy. And all of a sudden I hear off to my left about 20 feet, I hear, oh, that's got to be Bobby Gass. And I turn around and I look, and I had seen Rob one time before. He had run into me a couple of years before that at a Value Village. We were both in there digging, right, and he recognized me from being on YouTube. I never seen him before, but anyhow. So the four of us are there hooking up and all of that, and Edwin he gave me a record. I think it was Van Morrison's. I think it was a Van Morrison tune. I can't remember, right? The pills I take, guys, short-term memory loss happens to be a side effect. And anyhow, when I was leaving, I got a bad back. I don't stay long in places because of the back. And when I was leaving, I went in there looking for Edwin. I had said goodbye to Robbo and said goodbye to Rob, and I was looking for Edwin. I couldn't find Edwin. I went out, had a couple of more smokes. I went back in to find him again, couldn't find him, so I yell out the top of my lungs, Edwin. But at this time, everybody's crazy digging. It was noisy as hell, and I guess he just, was concentrating, click, 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 and didn't hear me, right? So I left anyhow, right? So if I figure I owe Edwin, so I'm going to do the contest video. To make a long story short, I've got his, I've got his video up on my computer screen right here with all the questions. Now, I'm not gonna. A lot of you guys went out and you showed the records of the questions that he asked, and I'm not gonna do that. That'd take me too damn long, right? Hey, it's the way I am, guys. Sorry. And so I'm gonna do the questions just off the top of my head. Just run them by here. Actually, I made a comment on somebody did a contest response for Edwin. Who the hell was it? Steve Carlton, Randy Weaver. I don't know who it was, but I left a comment on their video saying that I had met Edwin, and then Edwin left a comment to me saying, "Get my video response." And so here it is, Edwin. I got all your 10 questions up in front of me, and I'm going to answer them a little bit at a time. Boy, that took a long time to get through, eh? Christ, I need a cigar, a reefer. I'd lose some customers like that. I guess I'll have a smoke instead. That pisses some of you off, but them's the brakes, gang. Okay. Rules. Must be a subscriber. Yeah, it says I'm subscribed to him. Oh, I don't have the bell push, though. You got to push the bell beside the names if you want to get all of their comments and subscribers. I found that out about a couple of times, quite often actually. I'd be getting comments and I couldn't answer them. It was all kinds of crazy nonsense. Okay, the 10 questions rules. Must be a subscriber. Must enter with a video response. Must leave link below in the comments of this video. That's so that he can know that you did a video, I would imagine. 10 questions. A song that makes you cry. Well, the national anthem. Oh, Canada, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. That you always hurry it up, eh? And God save the Queen. I'm a monarchist. Piss on these foreigners that want to get rid of it. Want to get rid of the way Canada grew up and all of that stuff. Stupid. All right. Number 2 question. A song with a place in the title. A place in the title. Oh, I better pick one okay. The Tragically Hip. Bob Cajun. Bob Cajun is a town in, I don't know, maybe 100 miles north of here. It's a great fishing town. I used to go up there and fish between the two rivers, fish right in town, the middle of town, and all the time. And on opening pickerel night, there was boats shoulder to shoulder in that water. It's a river between two lakes, and you catch the walleye. We call them pickerel up here. Catch all kinds of them. Right, average size back in them days was about maybe 3.5 pounds, which is fair. So there's nothing really large, anything up in them kind of lakes that was over 7 or 8 pounds. That'd be a big, big old fish. Wouldn't taste that great either. All right, song with a place in the title. Okay, Bob Cajun, Tragically Hip. We did that. Song with a color in the title. Song with a color in the title. Green, green. Black. Blue. It gotta be blue. Yeah, sure. Blue Bayou. Blue on Blue. Blue Velvet. All kinds of songs with the name Blue in it. I'll go with Blue Velvet. All right, now a song you would like to see made into a movie. Huh. Movies. Well, they don't make very good movies anymore. Not as far as I'm concerned, anyhow. Let's see here now. Song I'd like to see made into a movie. Okay, I got one for you. There was a country and western song, gotta be 40 years ago, no, 50 years ago maybe, called Drop Kick Me Jesus Through the Goalposts of Life. Now, if you can make a movie about that one, I'd watch it. Okay, now, a song you would play for a friend who has never heard your favorite artist. Well, my favorite artist is the Rolling Stones. Oh, wait a minute, they're not an artist, they're a band. So I'd have to pick one artist. Well, that's without question Jimi Hendrix. A song from my favorite artist that will blow their heads out, right clean off their shoulders, eh? Well, that'd have to be, and I'd turn this one up to 11. That'd have to be off of my favorite album of all time, Electric Ladyland. That's a double album in '68, I think it was. And Voodoo Child. Voodoo Child's slight return off that album. There's two songs, there's Voodoo Child and Voodoo Child. And the Voodoo Child is the long one, I don't know, 15 minutes, something like that. And Voodoo Child, Slight Return, that's short, only about 5 minutes. And that song there, played at 10, if that don't blow you away, to me, that's the greatest rock and roll song that ever was. To me, anyhow, right? I love that tune, right? I'd be playing that one for you for sure. Cup of Java here, guys. I was going to light up a cigar, but it's a little early for a cigar. It's 6:01. a.m. All right now. Although I gotta admit, Hendrix, for sure, Hendrix. Uh, a song you would play. Oh, I already did that. Favorite artist. A song with a boy or girl name in the title. A boy or a girl's name in a title. I mean, how many songs are like that, eh? Must be a million of them. Paul Anka's Diana. Nah. A Boy Named Sue. We'll call it that one. That's a funny one. A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash. All right, now. Uh, number 6, I guess this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, number 7. A song you would love to hear live. Oh, live? Oh, shit. I heard everybody live, just about. Everybody from the 60s and the 70s, and a lot of 50s bands, too. So I heard an awful lot. I mean, I seen a lot of these bands early before they got, famous enough to fill up stadiums and, the big venues. You know what I'd like to hear live, and I never did. I mean, I seen Bowie in his, in his early years, Spider from Mars and all of that. But he did a song a little later on after I seen him called Heroes. I would have liked to seen that song live, as I really, really like that tune by him. Another one is Neil Young's Dancing in the Moonlight, I think it is. I mean, I love that video. He dumped that wife of his and got grabbed a hold of Daryl Hannah, and David Crosby didn't like that and really said some stupid things. And now nobody likes David anymore. David sorry is all hell, but sometimes you can't recross a border that you've crossed. All right, now song number 8. The first song you remember dancing to. Dancing to. How the hell are you going to remember that? You're dancing as a kid all the time as soon as you hear music. I can tell you the first song I learned a dance to, the first dance I learned was called the Continental. It was kind of like the mashed potatoes. And I learned that song. A friend of mine who was actually a go-go dancer at Haight Ashbury and down in Yorkville Village here, she taught me it in the Continental, and I guess it was 61 or 62. We had a whole bunch of sand. It was a sandbox, and we were on the wooden seat of the sandbox, and there was sand on it, so you could do this mashed potato pretty easy. And she showed me how to do it, and mashed potato dance. It wasn't the mashed potatoes, which come around a couple of years later, but it was similar, right? The slop, the original slop, was like a mashed potato dance. Now, what was the name of the song? It was by the DeVelles. Was it You Can't Sit Down? No, it might have been earlier than that. I can't remember, but it was the DeVelles. That'd be the first song I learned to dance, a particular dance too. And nowadays, when you kids go out and you dance, you just say, we're dancing. Back in my day, we had dozens of different dances, and there would have been 5 or 6 that were very popular, and you'd see them at a dance, right? Guys and chicks doing them, right? Some of them were pretty stupid. Some of the dances were pretty good, but 95% of us dancers were pretty shitty, to tell you the truth. A song that you want played at your funeral. Number 9. A song you want played at your funeral. A song you want played at your funeral. This could be the last time. The Rolling Stones. It could be the last time. You never know. You might see my hand pop out of the ground. Hey, hey, ain't dead yet. I mean, nobody ever thought I'd live to be in my 70s. Nobody ever thought I'd make 50, and some people never thought I'd make 40. I know I never did. Not the lifestyle I lived, I'll tell you. Anyhow, last one. Favorite song from your best concert experience? Concert experience. So shit. Like I said, I've seen them all. I never seen the Beatles or Elvis Presley. Although I did see the Plastic Ono Band with John Lennon and Eric Clapton, Klaus Warman, who was with Manfred Mann, and Andy White, who became the drummer for Yes in later years. So I got that little feather in my cap, Beatle wise. But I seen everybody else. I don't remember them all though. I mean, I used to do a lot of drugs back in the day. You know, you got to understand something about back in them days and the drugs and stuff like that. Unless you're my age, and none of you are, that did the drugs like I did them and stuff like that. You might be 4 years behind me, 5 years behind me, whatever. But you never got into it like I got into it, believe me, because you're living. Now, what it was with me going to concerts and stuff like that, sure, the music was great, but I liked the vibe, the groove, that everybody was in when the people were there, right? Everybody feeling really great and, not worried about people, other people there are going to hurt you or anything else like that. It was just the groovy feeling was there. For me, that was more important than the artists, actually. I mean, music to me was. I lived in a big city with a very large entertainment industry in it. So I was going out all the time, every day pretty much. I'd see 5 and 6 bands in an evening, as a matter of fact. And that's not at a concert, that's just going to different bars and gigs. But where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, right. Question, right? Favorite song from your best concert experience? Well, there was one that gave me goosebumps. It was Black Sabbath. What's the name of the song? I think Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, the one where the bells start. Boing, boing. That song by Black Sabbath. I was at a gig, one of the Beggars Banquets gigs. They were supposed to have 6 concerts, but hippies didn't pay for. They were crashing them all the time, so they only had 3 concerts. And Black Sabbath was at one of them. And they were coming on at dusk. The sun had just set beyond the horizon on the west. The stadium was a football stadium situated east west. The sun had set over the horizon in the west, but the sky was still pink in the west. Whereas in the east, everything was ink black, and I mean black. And then all of a sudden, when everybody's, milling around, you hear all the low murmur, everybody talking and everything else like that. Because Black Sabbath was going to be the last group appearing that night. We had to be out of there by 11:30. So it actually gave me goosebumps hearing that Black Sabbath bell and everything else like that. I was a huge Black Sabbath fan then. Before any of my other buddies or anything else like that, actually. Yeah, Black Sabbath. That's my favorite. It gave me goosebumps. Of course, there was a lot of tunes that did all of that. Machine Gun by when I seen Band of Gypsies, Machine Gun. That's another one that gave me goosebumps. There was lots of Werewolves of London. That one gave me goosebumps too. That was just a hit. Anyhow, Edwin, there you go. There you go, boys and girls. Bobby's through. Bye bye.